your boy King Say so, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you always watch full video.
Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, y'all see the title. Let's get right into it. America's most hated snitch, Tekashi 6ix9ine, is back in the feds after being arrested by U.S. Marshals. Tuesday, October 29th, 2024, 6ix9ine walked in the New York Southern District Federal Courthouse, located in Manhattan. It's been so long, many have forgotten the details of 6ix9ine's case, or the fact that he's been on supervised release since his 2020 plea deal. 6ix9ine was on top of the world during his music reign, and he fell to the very bottom of society, landing in prison. But even in the criminal world, 6ix9ine would be pushed further down the food chain as he was outcasted for snitching and labeled a rat. For 3 days, 6ix9ine testified against two high-ranking 9 Trey Bloods. Harv.
That photo right there with him going like this, boy, that's a forever meme, forever viral photo right there, bro. Like when they come to snitching, like the old photo, it was a dude. I think he was like in a flannel shirt and he was pointing like this. The new snitching photo is that one.
Who kidnapped, beat, and robbed 6ix9ine would receive 24 years. And Nuke, who held the second highest position in the gang, received 17 years in federal prison. 6ix9ine didn't have to testify against his former friend Shawty because Shawty took a plea deal for 15 years, but 6ix9ine would still highlight multiple illegal and violent acts Shawty committed during his testimony. At the height of his career, with multiple platinum records, 6ix9ine was facing a minimum 47 years and up to life in prison, and only because he cooperated, he was sentenced to 2 years, followed by 5 years of supervised release. So why is he now in federal custody? Apparently 2 weeks ago, 6ix9ine was contacted and notified that he'd violated what is essentially federal probation. He was ordered to appear before a federal judge on October 29th, and that judge would send U.S. Marshals to find him after he was an hour late. 6ix9ine would eventually show up to court, but by then it was too late and he was arrested for it. A hearing would take place highlighting 3 violations. 1,
bruh, it's like facing all them years, snitching it to get out, going through the whole little thing in the gym thing, bruh. Go, bruh. Like if I was him, do what Soulja Boy be doing. Soulja Boy be to himself. He pop out here and there, but the majority of the time he be to himself. He talk his stuff. He drop his music. He invest in the things that he invests in, to continue his money. But he be ducked off. He come out here and there, and I guess irritate some people, or try to spaz on certain people. But still, for the most part, bro, it be to himself. And mind you, we haven't really seen 6ix9ine really go viral in a long time. But whatever you out there doing, bro, or wherever you at, you obviously doing something wrong.
being 6ix9ine traveled to and performed in Las Vegas without permission. 2, being he failed a drug test, testing positive for meth. And 3, being he failed to take a required drug test.
What?
Now 6ix9ine's lawyer would clarify his client takes Adderall, which could have resulted in a false positive drug test reading. The U.S. attorney would state they plan on adding another violation for this past weekend, as 6ix9ine traveled to Sarasota, Florida, but denied being there. And then after that, he went along to a strip club in Clearwater before ending the night at a mansion party outside of Tampa. The judge apparently showed no sympathy to 6ix9ine, bringing up how another court ordered him not to leave the country. 6ix9ine not only left, but found himself arrested in the Dominican Republic after allegedly assaulting his girlfriend. Previously, he'd been detained after being accused of assaulting a local music producer. He was ordered by local authorities not to leave the Dominican Republic, and he would have to be smuggled into Haiti just to fly back to the US. 6ix9ine would explain to the federal judge the Dominican courts were seeking to extort him, but the federal judge would state he was ordered not to go in the first place. The judge would order
Like,
6
so,
9 detained
okay.
until November 12th, meaning 6 9 will have to be locked up for the next 14 days. This would lead to another problem. The judge was quickly reminded that the last time 6 9 entered MDC Brooklyn, the federal jail that holds 1,700 of New York's top criminals, 6 9 was attacked in less than 48 hours. He'd be transferred to QDF, or the Queens Detention Facility, a private prison used by the feds to send high-value inmates cooperating with the government. This was essentially New York's snitch haven, where the top rats could safely mingle amongst one another. Again, unsympathetic, the judge ordered 6 9 detained, sending him once again to MDC Brooklyn. Most
Oh,
likely 6 9 is being celled somewhere near Diddy in the protective custody side of the facility, but for 6 9's sake, hopefully not in the same cell as Diddy. Being that 6 9 is close to finishing his super.
hey, imagine if they is in the same cell, boy. Or if somebody be like, Jenny, if you want us to leave you alone, you want you. Oh, that'd be no, that'd be funny, but that would be crazy though, boy.
Supervised release, it's very possible he'll be back out quickly, but he could also be ordered to finish the remainder of his time inside of the feds, which should be no more than a year. We'll just have to wait and see how things play out. Now the fucking feds are on one this year because they got Diddy, they got Dirk, they got 6 9 they Ben had Pooh Shiesty. They're not playing. Hip hop is under federal attack, or just maybe motherfuckers in hip hop need to stop doing federal shit. Either way it goes, 6 9
Like I said, when you once you jump into the entertainment thing, you have a spotlight on, especially if you're well known. You have thousands of people millions of people who you don't know. Some of them are law enforcement. They're human beings too. They have their favorite artists too, and you might be one of them. Come on, bruh.
He's the most hated snitch in America for a couple of different reasons. He's damn sure the most hated snitch in hip hop. I think because he's Mexican. I think because everyone pretty much knew he wasn't what he was portraying to be. And I think because he.
No, I don't think it's because he's Mexican, but it is for sure that some people was dumb enough to think that he was really real. When I first seen 6 9 I was like, "What is this? This has to be a joke." That's why, like, for the people that brought him in, hey, y'all got what y'all knew was coming. Y'all knew at the end of the day, he was paying somebody. Somebody was using he was paying somebody. Somebody was using him. Whatever how the situation went. Y'all know for a fact he didn't get no put on. So how y'all just letting him use y'all name for all this type of stuff? Use y'all homies for all this dumb stuff. And when y'all know at the end of the day he's a civilian. What is a civilian going to do? They're going to tell, as they should. So y'all got Sally, which I knew what was coming. You know that. Y'all know for a fact, like, this dude is faking. This dude is not really with us. This dude is not finna die for the hood. This dude is not finna slide for the homies. None of that. Y'all knew that.
Was a fucking troll. He trolled everybody, dead, alive. He didn't care. He went to old block for 7 seconds. He did a lot of shit that angered a lot of people. Even the fans wanted to just grab him up. You know what I mean? He made himself a target, and the reason a lot of people liked him is because he was still dropping crazy records, and he had a whole gang backing him. Regardless of the extortion or whatever they want to make it sound like, 6 9 had a whole fucking gang backing him.
Fact.
6 9 was able to point a finger and get somebody shot at, like Chief Keef. Cool to be. 6 9 could get you beat up, could get you robbed, could get you.
A dude that never grew up with y'all. A dude that never slid for y'all. A dude that he probably put some some money on a few homies' books, but brother, like, it's basically like he basically brought y'all hood. Let's be honest about it. He brought y'all hood. And that should not be possible, bro. If not, that should not be possible. He bought protection. So the fact, and again, y'all knew for a fact he was a civilian. Y'all know for a fact he wasn't a real homie. Like I don't see how they get. I don't see how they gave him the passes that they gave him and let him call the shots that he was calling. Like somebody should have put him in his place. Like bro, like hold up, how long you been from the turf? No, you ain't been here long enough to be calling them shots, big bro. Like that's like he should have been put in his place instantly. Like the rumors are, Chris Brown and Soldier Boy are from a hood. They're from supposedly from the same hood. Do you see any of them doing the stuff that 6ix9ine was doing? No, no, and they probably been with them dudes a long time, way longer than 6ix9ine was supposedly with the people he was with. Do you see them doing the things that he was doing? No, no. Like people better even be knowing of that rumor. Come on, bro.
This could get you that because he had the 9 Trey Bloods backing him. And to this day, no other snitch in hip hop has been treated the way he's been treated. No other snitch has been ran down on and beat up in a bathroom at a gym. No other snitch has been
ducked off.
Everyone's refusing to work with them. It's not the same. You got snitches doing 20 versus 1. YSL Woody just literally got a career off of snitching on YSL. And then you got plenty of other rappers.
But the only thing about Woody, wasn't all his things fake. Like he admitted, like everything that he said was fake. Yeah, he was telling on Thug. He was saying it was Thug doing it, but supposedly everything he said was fake. He was making up rumors because he knew for a fact they wasn't gonna be able to prove nothing because nothing really happened. Even though that's still snitching, that still is crazy. That still is like, what the hell? But it's a little different than you actually getting somebody locked up for the things that you are saying. But I might be wrong. I don't already know Woody's whole little thing. I just see things here and there. So I might be wrong. If you know for a fact that he said some things and got some people locked up, then put it in the comment section and I'll take my statement back.
That have told and other rappers just refuse to acknowledge it. Oh, I didn't know. We just dropped 5 songs together. I didn't know you did that. We got 5 more songs planned. We're going on tour too. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is held to the same standard as 6ix9ine. So how will things play out for him now that he's back locked up? Well, the first time 6ix9ine entered MDC Brooklyn, he was placed in general population because at that time he hadn't snitched. He was most likely still under the false pretense or the false fucking whatever, the facade that he was a 9 Trey Blood and the Bloods were going to protect him in the feds. And as the story goes, he was allegedly punched on by a Crip in the feds. And after that incident, he said, fuck this. I don't know if that's what kickstarted him into snitching. A Crip had to make that happen, whatever. But they transferred him over to the other prison in Queens, the Snitch Haven. And you know, the rest is history. So do I think this time around he's gonna go through the same issues? No, he's in protective custody. Like I said, probably somewhere with Diddy, but hopefully not with Diddy. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be fine. He's got court coming up. This isn't that big of a deal. It's some violations, but it's the fact that he was facing 47 years minimum and up to a life sentence. It's the fact that, yeah, he cooperated, but had he not cooperated, he would have went down as a gangster rapper. You know what I'm saying? That did gangster shit, like trying to get people killed. So when it gets broken down like that, it is kind of serious, the slightest violation. Now, if he had 5 years of supervised release, and this was from 2020, that means that he should be getting off soon. So even if the judge is like, oh, you need to finish this time in the feds, he's going to get sent somewhere sweet. He's not going to have to worry about getting stabbed and stuck in the toilet.
If you was already about to get out, they're going to just reinstate him
for that long. The thing that's going to fuck him over is apparently he had signed some new deal or whatever the situation was that was essentially worth millions. And the number one thing he was not supposed to do was get in trouble with the law. If that's the case, then this little ordeal might have just costed him millions. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comments.
But then again, knowing him, like he can finesse it. Like I said, when it comes to 6ix9ine's music, especially like, you know, after the snitch allegation, even slightly before it, his whole music wave is anticipation, because it's like he'll get into some type of conflict, drama, whatever, and therefore we know when you have drama trending around your name, if you drop something, music, video, reel. It could be a TikTok. It could be a music video. I mean, movie, like an actual movie. People are going to go see because they want to see. They're anticipating what you're going to say, what you're going to do within this scene that they're going to see you in. Therefore, that was his whole way. So he could easily finesse this. Like they didn't want him to get in trouble. He could be like, "Hey, I got in trouble, but I can finesse this to our benefit. I can make up some money to do something."